100 MSGs in a row. And that's probably not going to happen anytime ever again, right? Because poor Bruno.
What about Bruno? What about me?
Poor Bruno didn't have 100 in a row. I'm sorry. I don't,
It was 100 sellouts.
And no, wasn't it supposed to be, you know how they did that formula, don't you? Because he admitted it later on when they did the research, but that didn't get as much, people still.
I didn't know there was a formula. I mean, I know they made up the number, not that Bruno wasn't a wild success, and eventually, especially in his second run, the Garden was on fire in the 70s, but he didn't have anywhere near the amount of sellouts that he says he did.
Well, yeah, but how they figured it out, first of all, and when he found out, it didn't get as much publicity that he did say, well, okay, he admitted that, okay, if they have the, records, but.
That Don Gorilla Monsoon got me again.
No, it was Georgianne.
Oh.
You know this, don't you?
Well, Georgianne did the record book. I know that.
Well, no, but there was actually a guy named Fred Hornby.
Yeah.
That did a Bruno record book.
Well, he did the Buddy Rogers.
I thought he did Bruno too.
I don't know if he did Bruno. The big thing Fred Hornby did, he did a Buddy Rogers record book, and it was in multiple parts. And then sadly, I believe, when Fred Hornby died, all of his files went to the Wrestling Hall of Fame in Texas. So they've been rescued maybe somewhere, but if they're with any of the Wrestling Halls of Fame, I hope someone rescues them. I don't trust any of these people with their Halls of Fame.
Well, now, come on, let's not paint everybody with the same brush. Anyway, we've got sideways off the story.
Same brush.
Years ago, Bruno sat down with Georgianne Macropolis, who was his fan club president, because they wanted to try to figure it out, because that's before anybody had done any of this research. And while reports of all these various shows were floating around, this was before the internet. They'd never been collated in one place where you could just go and look it up like you can now with Scott Teal's Madison Square Garden book at crowbarpress.com being among the major sources. Anyway, point being, so Georgianne was able to count up from like her scrapbooks the number of garden shows that that had been had during the Bruno era, right? And he figured, well, I'm on pretty much all of them. And well, from memory, he said, oh, what were we, 70%, 80% sold out. Okay, we'll take that. And that's how they figured it out.
I didn't realize that.
I swear to God.
I swear to God.
And that became, and then Georgianne publicized those numbers because they, in all fairness, they weren't trying to bullshit anybody. It was just memory from years and years before, right? This was probably by the 80s, right? They did this.
And it sounded believable because there wasn't anyone saying, hey, that's a lie. That's not right. It sounded like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Because everybody that was a fan of the Gardens in those days remembers all the sellouts. They don't remember what was it, 12 or 18 months where they didn't have local television. They were putting 8,000 people in there no matter what they did. But anyway, so then later on when the books came out, because I either heard Bruno say it or talked to him about whatever, because I'd seen Bruno last time I saw him he was at the 2017 Hall of Fame, right? When I was there. That was the Hall of Fame that I saw him at, correct? Yes. Anyway, he was just as a guest. But anyway, he had to say, well, we didn't have the records and we had to do the best we can. I have memories of all the great days. And he kind of mea culpa'd, but it was the most impressive. No other single personality at that point in time had that many sellouts of Madison Square Garden, even if it wasn't as big as the story that they took and ran with. Only sports teams had done it, but that was obviously multiple players and changing of rosters through years, where Bruno was Bruno. But now it's Bruno and Billy.
All right.
And me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
It's funny when you said that. I'm thinking of Billy Graham just because for that 1 year that he was the champion, he had actually, for a small period of time, the best run of sellouts of anyone in Garden history.
Well, and he had the best percentage of all time of any WWF champion, and that would continue until the modern era because they hardly sell the Garden out anymore. But Billy Graham sold out a bigger percentage of his title defenses than Bruno, Pedro, Backlund, or anybody else.